We have 0 viewers. Sick.
It always takes a second.
Yeah.
And if we get no viewers, then it's easy.
Yeah. I was thinking about it's like maybe not the best idea to do this on a Friday night. Next week we should do it on Thursday. Because I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, I'll be tracking Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So we could. Next Thursday? We do next Thursday? Since we have 2 viewers now?
Yeah.
Do this on the day when Deadpool comes out. Horrible planning.
Is that it? That's a night?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's my Sunday plans.
Sunday plans.
Sunday plans. You should come. Get Brandon. Go to see Deadpool. It'll be
a great Valentine's Day.
It'll be a great Valentine's Day.
No, I'm just gonna drink alone in my shower. No, I'll treat myself. I get a bath. I'll go get one of those bath bombs, and then just a bottle of Jameson, and throw it on side girl.
I see. I knew side girl music was coming.
I'm gonna have candles. All for me.
Hey guys, how you doing?
That was a great introduction.
Yeah, I know.
Anybody who's tuned in
It was like, what the hell are they doing?
watches like nobody can even hear it because of the drums.
The drums, yeah. Everybody was wondering, we were planning to do this in a very quiet location, but we need to get the drums done today so it gets Dan's schedule. So we're staying late. So this is where we're having to do.
They have like to work 9 to 5.
Yeah, 9 to 5, which is does not work for musicians who like to get up around noon.
Like it's not like that. I finally have a real job. I have a 9 to 5 job at a studio where I sit there and mostly Google stupid shit.
I like seeing the viewers go. That's nice. Thanks, everybody.
Ask us questions.
Yeah, you can ask us questions.
Is it? I hope it's working.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, we're just gonna sit here awkwardly.
Yeah.
And I can play the game of how big can I make my double chin.
Dude, that's epic. That was pretty awesome.
Oh wait, we have one. Oh, that's Granola Bob.
You sounded so upset. Hey Bob, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, we're good.
Don't mind him.
We're not upset.
That wasn't like a proper question, though. Yeah, no, it's good. We're doing good. Things are going great in the studio. Very
Was it like day 4 of drums?
It is day 4, the last day of drums.
Yep.
It's been very I got a question, probably.
Wait, we're not done with the Granola Bob yet.
Oh, okay.
We're fine because we've done nothing. Brandon is probably in hell.
Yeah.
Because he's recording probably the hardest songs.
Yeah. No.
They're covers from
Yeah.
a band
We're having
with a very skillful drummer.
Yeah, we to get the album like released in Europe and Japan, we have to do a whole bunch of extra songs, and we're like, we could write songs, but then it's like throwing songs away for the U.S. fans. You know what I mean? So we decided to do a whole bunch of covers. So
2 covers.
yeah. So our record, the U.S. release is all recorded drum wise. It's just I think he's doing Japan now, and then we got Europe after this. So it's going well though. Everything's sound good.
Back to Granola. What's unique about this album that sets it apart from the previous?
It's way longer.
Well, the big thing, new singer.
Yeah.
So Riley,
New singer. Joe's still doing orchestra stuff.
It seems like we have a lot more orchestra.
Yeah, there's more.
Yes.
There's more classical stuff, in more main parts apart from just my like solo crap. We have 2 guests. They'll be performing with us on the record, and then these 2 bonus tracks, which hopefully, we don't know what Metal Blade wants to do yet, but hopefully we'll do like a special release later, where you can get the whole album plus the other 2 bonus tracks, and we'll try to get some like other bonus footage on there or something like that. But right now we're looking at the album with the 2 bonus tracks is like 80+ minutes. So it's like we've only really done a 58 minute album, 59-minute album. So now we're way over an hour.
And we've cut songs.
Yeah, we had 17 songs written for this, and we carved it down to 11.
11 on the actual album, and then the 2 bonus tracks.
2 bonus tracks. So yeah.
So
there you go.
Our viewers are going up.
Hey everybody!
The last time that we did these,
our fan base doubled.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go in order. Oh, here I'll do this one
because it says what question you're answering.
Okay, what songs are you covering? We can't tell you yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a band with a really, really good drummer.
Yeah. Probably.
So Brandon's in hell right now.
Yeah.
But Brandon's really good.
He's
doing fine.
Yeah, he's having fun. It was having fun.
Can he experience fun?
I don't know. He's a robot, but I think he's having fun based on his lack of expression.
I think we'll have to like give him something to kill after this to get out his anger.
We will let you know as soon as we can. So let's see. I know you created a new song with new inspirations that was played live. What other types of music style inspirations are you including on this new album? Oh yeah, so Gray Matter Mechanics that we played on the last tour. That's is the flamenco one. That was part of the classical stuff that I was talking about. As far as new styles, it's very broad because I was fearing that this album was like way more melodic, and then Brandon started putting the drums down, and some of the songs that sounded more melodic on the demos turned out to be super brutal. So I think there's way more melody on this record, but yet there's way more blasting on this record, Dave says. So it's a trade-off, I guess. As far as inspirations for music, I mean, there's it's whatever you listen to. I'm just looking at my Septic Flesh shirt going meow 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 meow. Communion.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one.
Is Riley including any clean parts? On the bonus tracks, definitely.
It seems like on the actual album, it's going to be figured out here.
Yeah, on the actual album, every conversation we've had, all the demos we've heard from him is no, there is not. Not that we're opposed to it, but he's very scared. He wants to be like extremely respectful to the fans, so he wants to give them. They're already going to be a big change in the new guy being the head guy, so he didn't want to
pull that. Like,
yeah.
What did Veil of Maya do? They got a new guy and then like only did clean singing.
Yeah. So
that pissed off a lot.
Yeah, he doesn't want to piss off any fans. So, but I mean, there will be clean vocals on the record, but probably not from Riley, and it will just be one of our guests who's just on one song. And looking forward to it. I think people will be really stoked about it. But if you don't like clean vocals, you can skip that tune. But I mean, there might be clean vocals here and there, but you probably won't notice them. Like I think he's just like doing some awes on particular chords, so it'll sound like music. I won't be able to tell really. So, good questions. I like all these questions. These are good.
Are you experiencing a broader / longer tour cycle to showcase the new album, as well as jumping to Europe?
Oh, it's Chad. Hey, buddy. Europe is a hard thing to do. We just got an offer 2 days ago to do this full UK tour, which we are considering. The problem is the band that's going to be headlining is
doesn't really fit with us that
We've
well.
toured with them before, and it was a disaster. So, but I mean, on the other end, it's kind of like when you first start touring in the US, you kind of sometimes you have to eat the shit before you can like reap the rewards. So we're totally contemplating it. If that's what it's going to take, if that's the only offer we're going to do, we're going to jump on it. But we just did get a new European agent, so who's actually a big fan. He actually approached our management, so that's huge for us. And then we also got a new agent here in the U.S.
Yeah. So hopefully lots more tours.
Yeah, hopefully
with lots more bands.
Yeah, we're still going to headline, but we want to do a lot more support tours before we start a headline. I don't want to headline every fucking tour because that sucks. So yeah, good hearing from you, buddy. I miss you.
Any chances to see Allegaeon in Brazil this year?
I hope so. We'd love to. Yeah, I'd love to. I mean, we've had a line on I think 3 South American tours, and they've all been just didn't pan out. Promoters, it's hard when you're a band of our size. That it's really hard to get elsewhere because I mean, there's also a question about Mexico. We can kind of do both these questions at the same time. Mexico might be a little bit easier to do than Brazil, but I mean, we have already talked about Mexico, and we've already talked about South America with our agent and with our management. Like, we want to do all these things. It's just
having to find like the right time and
financially it needs to be, because it's touring the world is extremely expensive. And when you deliver pizzas and when you're self-employed and have to pay a couple grand every month in bills, that's fine. We can make it work with enough notice. It just needs to be. We have to be recouped a little bit so that when we get home, we can survive for like a week until we start getting paid. We just can't come home and be homeless, so yeah. That's good. So, man, Brazil and Mexico, 2 questions in 1 answer. On a roll. Thank you, Rodrigo. All right. Look, we answered.
We did it.
We did. That was great.
now we just noodle.
We can take a drink break. Oh, you guys want to see something cool?
Is that Dave's or
This
Shane's?
is Dave Otero's guitar. Look at this thing. This is like old school. Look, this is way before the Fender buyout, but it's also before they changed the thing. This is a Pro. This is like when I was a child. I'm 36, but we had, and there was the EX, the XL, and the Pro series. There was 3 levels, and this is a Pro. So this is like, I bet this is like $1,500 back in the early '90s.
So
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. It's a gorgeous guitar. Oh, we have now.
Hey!
Steve.
Any chance? Prior to the album.
I mean, it will be all done when we do. We have a festival in Vancouver with Revocation and Jumper Cowboy. I can't wait to see those guys again. And who else is on our day? I think Dorad just got added. Oh, Dillinger.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the only thing
bands.
we're gonna do. It's really don't want to play too much before the record comes out, so we can properly promote it. But I wouldn't mind going like a week or 2 before the album comes out. We're trying to get it out in June.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
But yeah, we'll definitely come to Arizona and visit you. Did you have to learn anything really new for this album? Yeah. But I know you had to do a lot.
Yeah, I had to do quite a bit. And so I guess on the on Form Shifter on Elements, I did a lot of like sweeping stuff, and I kind of wanted to get out of the box. So I did lots of tapping stuff instead. I learned lots of like string skip tapping and different techniques for me. There's a lot more hybrid picking for me on this record. Yeah, I mean it's you try to get. The more we do this, I feel that we get better as guitar players.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Like in the same way as you had doing a lot of like vibrato work.
Yeah.
That kind of seemed like it was there on previous albums, but like not.
Yeah. That's a long.
Trying to make Noah Martin from Arsis happy.
Yeah.
Vibrato.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to do that.
Trying to make Arsis happy. And they're still not going to be happy.
No.
But it's a work in progress. So there's lots of. I think vibrato will definitely be better, but it's not going to be Brandon Ellis, awesome. But yeah, lots of like articulation work with solos, and this time I'm a lot less overwhelmed. So like I'm trying to, like last record, we had so much. It was so much material that was kind of. It was a very stressful recording process last time, so I wasn't very prepared. Like I would literally sit with my computer and sight read everything, like my solos and everything. So I did everything in parts. So this time I'm trying to like play my solos like I play them live, so I can get a little bit more feel. Because some of my solos I was like, I should have done something better on that note. It's like 1 or 2 notes that I'm just not stoked on. I should have like shook them a little bit more. So yeah.
Being your 4th full-length album, are you finding it difficult not repeating yourself, or do you work not to stray too far from the Allegaeon sound? Yes.
Yeah, well, I think, you know what I've noticed, like every record we do, I noticed lots of repeat on each record. Like Form Shifter, we did this pedal point thing all the time, a lot. And so I haven't done it since. I was like, oh man, we did a lot of that.
It seems like each album has like
almost a theme.
Yeah.
Ish.
Like this one's definitely tapping.
Yeah.
So you're saying tapping, I'm doing shit ton of tapping.
Yeah. So yeah, there's tapping in rhythms. There's tapping. I mean, we did a little bit. I guess 1.618. There was some tapping, but this is a little bit more in depth than just like a melody and stuff like that. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's something always in the back of your mind, but ultimately, if you're writing good songs, you kind of, you know what I mean.
With the like straying from the Allegaeon sound, it's definitely hard because like there's definitely strays from it on this one, like pretty big ones, but like that's
not
definitely
too
hard
far
to do because you don't want to repeat. It's like, oh, this sounds like this song, or something like that. But then you don't want it to be too different where people are like, what the hell is this?
Yeah. I mean, it's different, but it still sounds like Allegaeon. Like, I mean, I've written a lot more lyrics on this one, obviously, and then Riley, the lyrics. I mean, he's like been reading lyrics to me over the phone in California because he doesn't show up until like the 27th or so. But like the lyrics that he's done on his own have been phenomenal. Like you listen to him and you listen to the patterns, and you're like, that sounds exactly like Allegaeon. Like no one's gonna really know. And so it'll be different, but it's gonna sound exactly like Allegaeon. Yep. Yeah.
Favorite ice cream?
Chocolate chip.
Water. No. I don't know. Oh, cake batter.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Cold Stone, and you put like Reese's and shit.
Oh, that's good.
And then you eat it like the fat girl you are.
It's something I'm doing after this record. I'm hitting those treadmill hard. If anybody was curious about that, they weren't.
Sorry if this was asked already, but how did the songwriting break down as far as number of tracks between Greg and Mike? Big Elements was 8 and 2.
This one's super hard to answer that, actually.
No, it's not.
I mean, we can give a generalization.
Well,
do you want to give a generalization? We'll give a generalization.
Why can't we just say the numbers?
Okay, say the numbers.
Okay. So yes, Elements was 8 and 2, but that's because I joined the band late in the writing process. This time, since they're the whole time, we both wrote about like 7 songs each.
Yeah, we wrote shitloads of music.
And we just put them all together, saw which ones were better
for the strongest together. For this album. Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, it ended up Greg gets 6, I get 5, and that does not matter. Like, at all.
No, but when the 6 to 5, that's like a generalization because there's a lot of my songs. Mike wrote parts of them, and I mean, there's some of the stuff that we wrote together. I mean, I wrote parts of his songs, and it was like, dude, what do you think about this? And then we put it in. So it's a lot more of a band effort between the two of us than it was last time. I think the only thing we did last time was Genocide.
Yeah.
I just wrote the classical shit, and I said, hey, finish this. It's kind of like a tryout, and it was awesome, right? And we worked together on the arrangement for the like middle section. So But yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, I had it. A lot of it was done on tour. That was very different. I will say that for this album that like so we had a little panic attack because we Allegian's never toured as much as we did for Elements. So we were freaking out because usually
you've heard like you hear about horror stories about bands who toured like let's say even a little bit more than us, and then they freak out because they're like, oh shit, we have to go to the studio in 6 weeks and we have nothing.
Yeah.
So in anxiety-driven create
desperation.
Yeah. It was like, oh god, oh wait, and then we wrote like 14 songs.
Yeah.
Half a year before they were supposed to be.
Yeah, I think we got
recorded.
17 songs. I think I counted them. It was 17.
Oh, really?
So we have about. I mean, after because we even like wrote some after we did. I think we finished some after we did, but we've even written since we finished writing for this record. So I think we have 5 or 6 songs done for the next record.
Yeah,
which is pretty. It's nice. So we won't really be panicked for the next record. I'm really stoked about the music for next record too.
I still will be, but that's
okay. Well, I'm really excited about the next record. Like I'm excited for this record. So that's I think that's good. You know. And then, so yeah, so a lot of it was done on the road when we were at B Park's house. There's no internet, so we would write.
There's one song that was pretty much only written at B Park's house. Yeah, and then in Kansas City because I was bored.
Yeah, and then I did all the arrangements for the covers. We had a week off in Texas on the Act of Defiance tour, and I just sat in the motel room and arranged due to that he's tracking now. So yeah.
I wonder if I have the picture of you arranging stuff. It's looking really sad.
Oh yeah, it was really sad to have a week off on tour. That sucked.
Oh, I found it. Here's sad Greg arranging.
Look at me eating. I'm such an asshole. Okay, how did you guys skip spaces on this thing? Sorry about my previous fangirl post. The real question now, what gear do you guys use recording and planning on using this record? Is this going to be different from the previous record? How do you skip spaces?
Oh, I think he's talking about this.
We're just doing them in order as they come up. But
what gear are we using? It's hard to say yet because
we haven't done any guitars yet.
Probably, well, just go with our endorsement list.
Yeah.
Jackson, Legator, EMG, Diodario.
Yeah, we don't know. We should finish drums tonight, hopefully. Unless they get burned out, then we have to come in on Monday and do the last song. But he's playing super well. He's doing the last bit of it, actually. So we'll find out. It's kind of weird because he's going to work next week. He's been working all this week, and I've been here in the studio with Brandon. So next week I will get my 2 guitars set up with my buddy Nick Hines, and then we'll see, and hopefully we'll see if one of those guitars is going to work to do the rhythms because I start first. So,
but yeah, it's either going to be a Jackson or
Legator.
That's tracked on.
No,
because we don't own anything else.
Yeah, and then for leads, I know for a fact I'll be using my Chris Broderick, and then I
probably using
your 7-string Legator.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I know we'll track to a plugin, like a Line 6 plugin on Dave's computer. Just so it's quick.
Yeah.
You know? And then we reamp it later. Yeah. So yeah, we can't really answer that question yet.
What are you thinking of classical?
I mean, Jorge Morel. There's actually, from your Mexican question before, your Mexico question, Fernando Bustamante was a huge influence on this. Sorry, like my brain's kind of fried from all day. But Jorge Morel definitely, Albanese a little bit from Spain, and this is gonna bug me all night. I can't think. Sorry, I'm gonna move on. But can you sneak by the tabs? I can't yet. I can't. I want when the album comes out. Yeah, I'll get them to you for free. That's fine. We'd do that anyway. But yeah. So I want the record out before people start playing it, or it could be someone's like I wrote it. You know what I mean? So
That's what
kind of for my own protection.
Mark Borden.
Really?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Please, no one steal my stuff. I worked really hard on it.
Well, no, it wasn't that somebody stole his riff.
Yeah.
He got a demo from a band.
Yeah.
And then they claimed that Lamb of God ripped off their riff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and like tried to sue him. So he's like, yeah, I will not listen to your demo anymore.
Oh, wow. What gauge of strings do you guys typically? Oh, actually, it's funny. We were just talking about this.
Yeah.
I get we use Diodario, and there's a Diodario. I think it's EXL125s. So what it is, it's like 9s for my top 3, and then 10s for the bottom 3. So I think it's like a 46 is my 6th string, and then 56 for my 7, and then I got an 80 for my 8.
Good. I thought you were using a 59.
I'm sorry, 59.
Okay, I was like, I just ordered that.
Yeah, 59. And see, because it was normally I went up by 10, and then I went to a heavier gauge. Where are we recording at? Flatline
Audio.
Same place we did Elements and Fragments and our EP. I thought it was funny when we posted a picture of Dave Otero, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, you're working with Dave Otero?" We're like,
"We worked with him."
Yeah, it's like
we were here before he was cool with it.
Yeah, like we've worked with him for so long. It's funny. Yeah, it's great because we work at home, and you had to try. Good try, man. But yeah, no, I'll totally give it to you. Oh my God, I'm talking to Allegaeon. Hi, Jude.
See that he said it to you, fanboy. That was his fanboy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, good to meet you, friend. Let's see. Shoots from Costa Rica. Oh man, we want to come see you so bad. Costa Rica. My question is, do you know what country existed? Do you know that country existed? What? And if you did, why haven't you come? Oh, did you know that Costa Rica existed? Yeah. It's funny because we've been talking to promoters down there. And it's the same thing. It's like we need to be invited. And the problem is because we live all the way in Colorado, we basically have to be on tour so they can afford to get us to Costa Rica. So we have to either be in Texas or Florida. So it's like it just has to work out that way to go. It just makes everything hard.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, we would love to.
Just fly there.
Yeah, we would totally love to. I'm going to.
I love you, heart.
I love you too. Yay. What are your Twitters? I think I'm Gregorath or Greg Allegian. I don't know.
I don't think I have one.
You do. Mikey Stankel or something like that.
That's my Instagram.
He has one, but
I do?
obviously he doesn't use it. Yeah.
No.
If you know what you should do? If you go to the Allegian Twitter and go in the description, you'll find all of our Twitter, our individual Twitters. But he's never on it. I'm getting
like
better.
Two posts from me.
Yeah.
Which is bad because I like Twitter way more than
Facebook.
Yeah.
Facebook
you get all the dumb shit that's on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like you take it away.
And
just funny one-liners. Oh, Twitter.
Yeah. He can be he's very effective in 140 characters. How was your Namm experience? Really weird this year.
Yeah.
Super. Like we were really lame. Like the first day we arrived, we did interviews all day.
Oh.
And then of course we saw Per Nilsson play because he's awesome. And then we left. And we were hungry, so we left. Yeah. And that was that whole day. And then
that was the interviews that I forgot I did.
Yeah, he was drunk. He was awesome.
This was my first name being 21. And I was like,
it's great. Yeah.
hate musicians, I'm going to.
If you're very interested, look up Allegion at Namm through Metal Injection and Dear Gods. He's on Rare Form. It was hilarious. I didn't have to say anything. He was cracking me up. I'm
not going to go watch it. I'm terrified.
And then the next
day,
day,
like I said, sorry, Mom, I got high in the treehouse.
Yeah, he did. It was fantastic. Oh yeah, and then he played. He had a performance at Alligator.
That was good.
Yeah, he did great. He gave me stink eyes when the mix was my solo was super loud.
His solo.
I didn't do it on purpose. I just want to hear myself.
Bullshit.
He played great. He played great. It was good.
This time at Namm, we didn't like really waste our time being there, just walking around and stuff at scene.
Yeah, we just hung out.
We hung out, did like industry stuff, like the demo and the interviews.
Yeah.
And then some of the gear was cool, but
we saw Brian Slagle get a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
Hung out with Chris Broderick, because that was fun. Buddy Chris. And then I texted Sean Drover, and he was very abusive to me because that's him. And oh, Angel Vivaldi, we met him again, and he's a sweetheart. I love that guy. It was fantastic hanging out with him again. We met him last year at Namm, but it was just in passing. And this year we spent a lot of time hanging out. And then Devin Townsend, who had basically a mental breakdown.
It was funny because
it was hilarious.
He got a mental breakdown and then got applause for it. Like is that art? That could be art.
Yeah, I mean he is walking art. Like he couldn't even figure out his guitar and was so frazzled by just the experience of Namm, because it's like a Guitar Center times like a million. Like it's stupid noisy. So he was like frazzled as hell. And yeah. I'm gonna kind of skip around because the new ones punch in. I feel like we're ignoring people.
Well, no, we'll get to them.
Oh, they will? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to annoy. Are you excited to hear the news of the gravitational waves? Of course. That's totally awesome. Wes Hauk had a funny tweet. He's like, "Oh, gravitational waves. Prepare every tech death to write a song about it." And I felt like, dude, we're already on it, but we're not. It's too late. Most of the lyrics are already done. But yeah, super excited. That's huge news, and very exciting.
We should just go up to Brandon. Shh.
Yeah, is there going to be a CD release show? Yeah, there always will be.
Yeah.
And Brandon and I, we talked about this earlier. We do want to play 2 hours again. It's so hard with, I think, 4.5 records, including the EP, to come up with a set list at this point. That's a good part about headlining. It's easier to pick songs, because when you only play for 30 minutes and your songs are like 7 minutes long, it kind of sucks. Because we have, so on the new record, there's a 3-part sonata. I'll tell you a little bit. So the 3-part sonata is split out on the record. That's the first track, middle track, and ending track on the new record. So, but live, we'll play them all together, and that's going to be 20 minutes. So, like, if we play Support Slot and we just choose to play that, we can play that song and, like, one more, and then we're done. So, it's like an Opus set. So, that one probably will not happen unless we're headlining. But yeah.
There will be, hopefully, it would be cool to do it at the Gothic again. Yeah. But maybe someplace, like, smaller would be cooler just because it would be packed.
Yeah, I'd rather do smaller. I don't think Live Nation likes us too much.
Yeah.
Will there be a pre-order package for the new album? I hope so.
Metal Blade does that.
Yeah, Metal Blade really takes care of it, and we have to submit stuff for it. And it's a lot. It's a lot to when you're busy doing the record, and we have to submit T-shirt designs and everything like that. But yeah, I definitely want to.
Yeah, they always do. Yeah. So
they hit us up about vinyl this year for the first time, but the problem is, we're getting our artwork made, and the artwork had to be turned in like last week for it. And Colin Marks, who's done all our artwork, he got like so busy. I think he did Oracles, Steve Miller, my buddy Steve. It was like the dudes from System Divine, like 2 of the guys from Aborted, Sven and Mendel, and then my buddy Steve. They have a new band called Oracles, and I mean, I know their artwork. He just released them. And then, so, yeah, I mean, he's a busy guy, great artist. So, yeah, I doubt we'll get vinyl again. But hopefully, when we do the reissue with all the bonus stuff, hopefully we can do it. But it's really has to be worth the money for Metal Blade, of course.
Being a guitarist myself, how hard do you guys find it to track the rhythm guitar on your albums? I use a metronome and always practice my parts beforehand, but quad tracking or even double tracking to create rhythm parts is just hard, man. It is.
We don't quad track anymore, I'll tell you that. We quad tracked on the EP, and we've never done it since.
I think it's like we only would quad track like certain things. Just
if there's actions. 2 parts, we'll double both of them, so that would be quad tracking, but not 4 of the same rhythm, because it's just mix it better. You know, it doesn't make it heavy with technology that's now really don't have to do it. But I act like I know what I'm talking about, but I don't. I just assume.
It depends what parts you're tracking. It seems like the easiest parts or what you think are the easy parts.
Yeah.
or
Always
the
cause you
parts.
problems.
Yeah.
And the parts that you dread tracking seem to go really well. Like really, I think when I start tracking on Thursday, I'm going to tackle the hardest tunes that I'm dreading first because I think they'll go really quickly. Because then I'll just get more done and I'll feel more accomplished. But so we'll see. Sorry, I just hand blocked you. Sorry.
I've been playing guitar for about 7 years, but can't seem to break the box from playing other people's stuff into creating my own music. Is there any tip you could give to see?
A decent.
Oh, dumb. To decent guitar players, what would it be? Also, any picky?
That's quite a long question.
Well, basically, just
Hey, dude, like writing is so personal, and it's very much a reflection of your influences. What you're listening to, I know if like I need to do a certain sound, then I'm going to listen to lots of bands like that. I mean, growing up as a thrash kid and prog kid, like Yes, and Dream Theater, and then mixing that with Megadeth and Overkill and Slayer and all that. That was kind of like my development as a guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot how I developed my style. And then when I got into college and I gave up on American metal, I just gave up because there was nothing coming out that was even remotely interesting to me. Then I discovered the new wave of like Sweden stuff, like Demu, and they're not from Sweden, but Demu and Therion and In Flames and Soilwork. And then Soilwork changed my life. I heard Predator's Portrait, and then I went out and got everything. And then I think like the next week, Natural Born Chaos. I'm a huge Soilwork fan. So it's like the more influences you have, the more you're able to create, something original, because you're just grabbing from so many sources. And then classical, studying classical music and jazz in college really helped what how I write as well.
I think to help like create your own stuff, like you take all the influences and then for me it was just like sit there and noodle, and then something will be like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's keep working with that, and then you just keep getting better. Yeah. For writing, it's like how you get good at it is you make a bunch of really bad songs, and then you make, oh, this is kind of good.
Cannibalize some of those parts, make better songs.
Pretty much, you write a lot of bad shit and don't show the world that.
I mean, I know when I first started, as a classical musician, my ear is shit. I mean, it's gotten better over the years, but so as a classical musician, I can read anything. So what I would try to do is I would try to figure stuff out by ear, and it would sound nothing like what I was trying to figure out, and then I would have this like riff that I wrote because I couldn't figure something else out. And that's how I started as a kid, and you never want to hear any of that shit, but it's pretty bad. And picking techniques, I mean, that's metronome is like the way to go. Can't really. Do you like Opeth? I love Opeth. We've never met Michael though. Mikkel, sorry. He's Michael. How did you get into the Fibonacci sequence and all the amazing science and universe and particle stuff? That's not really common. Like lyric-wise and metal. It's just just what you're interested in, and it comes down to writing lyrics. I mean, writing about evil stuff doesn't.
There's already so many fucking bands writing about killing people. Yeah, it's like, oh, cool.
And it seems to be a lot more bands are writing about science, but it seems to be less factual based and more pseudo-science and which, I mean,
sacred geometry is cool, man.
Yeah, and it a lot of it doesn't relate to the subject matter. It's like taking one part and then just stream of consciousing it out. That was not even a word, but you know what I mean. Just what interests us, and writing about these subjects is different, and it's the coolest thing about it is you can't really run out of subjects. They're always uncovering stuff. And
I'm in the market for a new 7-string, currently with an Ibanez RG. would you recommend?
2 indoors.
Okay, so you want us to fight? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're
Serious?
we're legally obligated to. No, I mean, I think both companies are. I've been very impressed with Legator. I grew up with Jackson. Jackson's been like my favorite guitar company since I was a little kid. So that's the way I want to go. I think they do things. In my experience with them, since we've been endorsed by them, they do things a lot better. Because I was playing Ibanez before, and I love my Ibanez Zyphos in the Biomech video. You can see it, but I had to replace those pickups. I had to replace all the electronics, a lot of the hardware shit out on me within a month. So I would kind of, I love that guitar and I'll never get rid of it, but I kind of had my fill of Ibanez. Like, the neck was fantastic. The guitar played great. It was just malfunctioning constantly.
Yeah.
So when Jackson hit me up and offered me the gig, of course I said yes, because, who doesn't want free stuff? But I was actually very surprised that it was the first guitar that I had played that I felt comfortable stepping away from my Ibanez altogether. And, I'm very impressed with the Jackson. But then again, it's a very opinionated thing. I mean, his 7-string is phenomenal. I like his 7-string a lot. The 8 strings I'm not too big a fan on, but at Namm I played some of their new 8 strings and they were great. Which you should be getting one of those soon, right?
A couple months. Yeah. But yeah, both companies are great.
Yeah. I mean, we'll fight about it, like personal preferences, but that's just personal preferences.
I think this is Aaron. When will you kill the crab? P.S. I'm holding your band hostage.
Hey, Aaron.
Well, can you fix the band while you're holding it hostage?
Yeah, the crab thing is going to get killed this album cycle, for sure. But we'll make it funny for you to end it in style. Yeah, because Miles he's moving on with his life, so he's not going to be coming on tour with us anymore. So we're not going to have the crab anymore at concerts. So it makes sense to kill him publicly so everybody can experience it. And that's why he won't be with us anymore. Sad. But he's moving on. He's got some good shit going on in his life. It's good. Support him.
So very soon, Aaron.
Yeah.
How does a sick riff become an Allegiant song? Well, we both use kind of different ways of writing. Like for me, I will just sit there with like Logic Pro up, and then if something just messing around, something sounds cool, I'll go record it to the click, all that, put in drums, and then just kind of try and have it snowball into a whole song. Because there's sometimes where you can write a song in one night if you just keep going with that, or
those are
you get
ones.
stuck on them. Yeah, those are usually the better ones.
When it just comes out.
Like Philo.
Yeah, Philo Genesis.
One night. I think it was the first night I had my 8-string. And then other ones you'll sit there for 6 months and it'll suck. But then you tab everything out first.
Yeah, my writing style is very varied, and I suck at English. It varies very often because I felt like when I was Mike's age, I'd have like ideas coming out like constantly. Now that I'm older, I don't know. Like I guess I don't know why, but it takes me a long time, a lot to get ideas. So I get writer's block quite often. And how I do that is I will get a blank sheet of music paper, and I'll have 16 spaces if I'm playing 16 notes through a whole measure. And what I'll do is I'll just pick a mode, and I will go through and assign just random notes in the 16ths. And then sometimes I'll erase some and put like rests in there. And then you can get some really techie prog stuff that you would never think of naturally. It's just, it just comes out of just being methodical. It's completely, it is a very writer's block way of writing. And then, so that's one way if I'm struggling a lot. Another way is I will try to get a mood. If there's a certain thing, like writing Allegaeon is not very natural for me because, like I said, my influence is much more thrash and prog. So to try to get the death metal thing is I have to listen to lots of death metal music. So I will like look up a song that I really like Bloodbath or something like that, and I'll see what they do and how they move notes around, and then I'll try to emulate that. And usually what happens is when I see that, then I will know how to structure specific chords, and then I can move around and make riffs off of that. So, I mean, a lot of times it's very like mentally methodical, and then there's some nights that I got that thing where it just comes naturally, and you don't have to worry about it, just spills out, and you got a great song, you know? So it really changes from song to song.
All right. Maybe this is a heavy question, but what is your concept of God? Bonus points if you both have different opinions.
I am 100% atheist, but I don't, you know, Corey's Christian, and it's not, who cares?
Corey's Christian?
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
I do not, it's a very personal thing. We don't like talking about it
Yeah.
because it's a hot button for like, whatever.
I don't mind anybody's religion, I just don't really care.
Yeah.
Like I said, my dad had a term that I liked, apathetic agnostic. I don't know, I don't care.
Yeah, kind of thing.
So,
I went to Catholic school, and
it seems like Catholic school is a great way to get you not to be a Christian.
I mean, I studied it. I know the ins and outs, and it just doesn't ring with me. You know what I mean? I think it'd be, you know, I've seen a lot of people do horrible things with it, and I've seen a lot of people do really good things with it. So, and then I actually posed this question to a militant atheist over dinner one night. I said, you know, I know you're so anti-religion, but what would happen in, say, like a very uneducated community if they didn't have the repercussions of the threat of, you know, the bad things in religion, hell, or what have you? Like, if they don't have a moral compass and that's the only thing keeping them in check, then in that particular case, I kind of feel like it's a good thing for them. So, you know, who's to say? I don't know. Smarter people than me can't figure it out.
Okay. What's your biggest inspirations for the new album? Any bands or life situations that inspire the songs?
Stephen Hawking is the basis for the sonata, and there's actually multiple songs that actually tie into it. It's a very loose concept record, actually. The 3 sonata is one song with a passage of time. So the beginning of the record's the beginning of the story, the middle is it develops, and the end is the aftermath of it, which I can't really go into details right now, but it's very much, it's not a very original thing, but it's all based on Stephen Hawking and a talk that he gave. So a lot of it is conjecture, and it goes into a little bit of science fiction, but it's all based in the realm of possibility and what could happen based on what we have right now and how it could probably go based on Stephen Hawking's thing. And then yeah, I mean, there's a very personal song right now. I gotta get with Riley, but I don't really want to. It's gonna be one of those that you will. It's personal for me, and it was a very much of a therapy. Oh my God, it's B Park and Dave Otero.
Do you ever let him talk, Greg, or is it just all you?
All we hear is you.
I know I do talk a lot, but see now.
We checked on him. He's
right here.
I'm pretty sure all people can hear are just drums. So.
And then everybody, this is Dave Otero. He's famous. He's more famous than us.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh, you guys going to Otero? He worked with Kelly guys."
Oh, all the
we worked with him before.
before.
We worked with him before he was cool.
I've always been cool, man.
I know. I hate it.
He's a liar.
What is this shit?
Hey, what is that?
I
A
don't.
weird cock ring.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's like a cable.
This is Shane's office, right?
It was.
It
yeah.
was, so that could be
Yeah,
Shane's.
yeah. Shane's cock was probably in that. I think they put that on when he edited your drums last time.
That's where all the. Are you guys gonna do that next song, or are you breaking
No, I
it?
don't think so. Yeah,
You're
we can't
fried?
even think straight. Yeah.
So Monday. Well, that's just putting us off.
Mhm.
It's putting us off the whole schedule.
Well, it's kind of your fault for covering 2 of real hard songs to play on drums.
You see, he almost messed up.
That was really close. I almost-
Yep. So we need to get out, huh?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we'll cut this.
Well,
early.
we have to cut this short. We have to get out. We're being evicted.
Yeah.
You saw it. We're not making it up. Everybody has proof. He basically said, we're done. You need to get the hell out of the studio.
Sorry if they were not answered. Save them for next week.
Yeah, we're going to be back next week.
I think on Thursday, because
we'll do it Thursday.
most people want to go do things on Friday nights.
And
But they are metal people and they don't have lives.
I won't talk as much, apparently.
Yeah. All right. Say goodbye, B Park. Even though you were here for just the end.
Yeah, he won't be here next week.